Sherelle, tell us, how do we know God exists? Good question. Genesis 1:1 says, God created the heavens and the earth. It goes on in 2 to say that the earth was without form and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and that it was void and without form. And so then in 3, it goes on to say how God begins his creation. He says, let there be light. He starts to call things forth. He says that he brings forth the moon and the sun and the stars, and he begins to divide things, put the water in its place, the dry land in its place. And so God begins his creation by speaking it from a place where it was dark, void, and there was nothing in existence. So God called forth the invisible things, making it visible here on our earth. Paul said in Romans 1:20, it says, for the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. Who is the they? Those who don't believe, those who say God does not exist. So our agnostics, our atheists, those who don't believe God, they have no excuse, Paul says, because the invisible things have now been made visible from the creation of the earth. Like Genesis 1:1 says, God created the heavens and the earth. And so they will be without excuse because we have what we would like to call the external witness, the sun, the moon, the stars, light, darkness, day, morning, evening, noon. We have those things that were previously invisible, now made visible in our present earth. And so no one will have an excuse when they say God doesn't exist. It's in your everyday. You breathe a breath of air and you don't know where that breath comes from. It comes from God, because the external witness gives us proof and evidence for God's existence. Oh, y'all, this is just part 1. We're going to do a couple of more videos talking about how do we know God exists. Remember, the external witness is one of the ways how we know God exists. Be blessed.